In this session, we're going to look at a really important issue: how you can stay safe online. We're going to explore some of the key terms and issues, but most importantly, we're going to look at the steps that you can take to make sure that your equipment and your personal information is safe when you're online. Let's start by talking about a couple of key terms: viruses and malware. So these terms are ones that you'll have probably heard about in the news. Maybe friends and family have mentioned them to you. But let's just talk about what they are. So a computer virus is very similar to a human virus. It's essentially something that causes a nuisance. And just as say the flu virus can be passed from one human being to another, a computer virus can be easily passed from one machine to another. So when we use antivirus software, what we're trying to do is to stop that spread and to keep your computer safe, much in the same way as you would get your flu shot once a year. The other term that I've just mentioned is malware. Malware is also a nuisance program, but it works in a slightly different way. Once you've downloaded it onto your computer, it can allow people to see what you're doing, see what you're typing in, and it's something that we don't want to see. It's a bit like someone spying on you. So again, what we use is special programs to help stop the malware being downloaded. But there's also actions that you can take to make sure that it's not downloaded in the first place. So let's start looking at some of those things that you can do to help keep yourself secure online. So one of the most important steps you can take to keep yourself secure online is to use a recognized and secure browser. There are lots of different browsers out there, but there are three main ones that a lot of people use, and they're the ones that you're probably going to want to stick to. This is because you know that they're secure, other people are using them, but also if you just use one browser and you know that it works and you know that it's safe, then you can just keep using it over and over again without worrying and having to think. So the three main browsers that most people use are Google Chrome, Microsoft Bing, and Mozilla Firefox. What I would suggest to you is pick one of those browsers and then just keep using it. Not only will you become familiar with it, so you'll be able to find out where the buttons and functions are easy, so you can navigate the internet quicker and easier, but also if you use the same one over and over again, you'll know that it's safe and secure. One important and simple thing you can do to make sure that you're secure when online is to make sure that your computer's operating system, so the thing that makes it work, the software that makes it work, is up to date. This will ensure that your system is as new as it possibly can be and that it's got all the security updates from the company that made the operating system on it. So your computer has all those security updates within it and therefore can help battle things like viruses and malware. Today I'm using a Windows device. There are obviously Apple devices and Android devices. There's operating systems that are specifically made for mobile phones and tablet devices, but actually the way that you check for updates is fairly similar in all of them. So the first thing you're going to need to do is to look for a little cog symbol. So most of the security update settings on computers will be in the settings section, and usually that's identified by a little cog. And on Windows, it's down here on the left hand side of the screen. You can see there's this little cog here. So if I left click that with my mouse, I get the settings windows open. And what I can do is there's a search box here, and it's similar to the search box on an internet browser. I can just type something in and look for what I'm after. So I can type in the word update, and I can see here I've got some options. Now the one I'm after is window update settings or check for updates. So I'm just going to press check for updates, left click that. What it'll do is to take me through to this new box here, and I can see that there is actually an update waiting for me. So if I wanted to now, I could left click install now, and my computer would then install that update. Also, within this, you can change various things so that your computer will automatically update your system when new updates come through from Windows. An important step you can take to protecting yourself online is to download what's often called antiviral software. There's a huge different number of companies that provide this software. Some of it's paid, some of it's free, some of it's made for specific operating systems like Android, some of it's made for using on any device. So you're going to need to do a little bit of research. It might be worth talking to friends and family or someone else who you trust who might be able to advise you. Also, if you're going to get paid for software, you're going to need to think about your budget. You also need to think about the type of device you're using. So on an Android device, you're almost certainly going to need to download some antiviral software. You can do this through the App Store. On a desktop or laptop device, Windows already comes with some antivirus software on it, although you might want to get additional antiviral software. You can again get free or paid. And then if you use an Apple device, historically there tends to be less need to get antiviral software, although you still might want it, say, to protect certain elements within your emails. But just quickly returning to Windows, laptops and desktop devices, there's one quick and easy way of just finding the free antivirus software that comes with it. I'm just going to show you that now. So I've really zoomed in close to my screen here, and down the bottom right hand corner of your screen, what you'll see is a little arrow here. If you just left click that, and then you'll see there's a little shield icon, and when I hover over it, it says Windows Security, no actions needed, and there's also a little tick there inside a green circle. So if you're ever wanting to if you don't have any other antivirus software and you want to just have a quick look and see what's going on, you can go there, and that will tell you any important actions that need to be done to protect your system.